Microsoft has planted themselves firmly under the microscope of everybody right now, and is that really a place they want to be? Coming off the Xbox One generation, things didn't go right at all for Microsoft. In fact, things went really, really wrong for Microsoft, and they were probably pretty close to closing up the shop. At the end of the day, they were talked into keeping Xbox division open and doubling down on gaming, and now they continue to do so and spend even more money. In fact, they're spending more money on the Activision buyout by itself than they would than what Sony, the PlayStation brand itself, is worth pretty much, or Nintendo brand. So that just goes to show you how much investment and how invested they actually are into the future of this. Now, with that being said, Microsoft has, Phil Spencer's out there talking. He's out there making waves, trying to smooth things over, and he's making the best of the situation, because a lot of people are going to say, well, is this a monopoly? Is this something that is fair? And the problem is, like I've stated numerous times in numerous videos, it's fair in a situation that, we have Microsoft, we have PlayStation, we have Nintendo, and even with buying this, even if all the money stayed the same, Xbox or Microsoft would still be third place. And I think that that's one of the things that we have to look at. We also have to look at, no matter if you're an Xbox fan or a PlayStation fan, would you have rather had something like Tencent come out and buy this company? Like, that's a whole nother issue in and of itself. I feel like a lot of people don't realize just what Tencent going around buying up all these corporations, especially in America, means. It's not a good thing. But I do want to get into this video and this topic a little bit more, because Phil Spencer did an interview in the Washington Post, and I felt like it was definitely a good video to go out and talk about, because it's going to get Xbox fans hyped. It might even get non-Xbox fans hyped, because this is what they had been asking from Activision for a long time anyway. So, yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Hey there, everyone. I'm the Crapgamer, and of course, this is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, but hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means the world to me, and again, a simple like is all I request. I mean, you can subscribe if you want, or not, it doesn't matter, but a simple like really does help the channel out in tremendous ways. It helps us grow, it helps us to get recognized, and it helps the rebuilding process. So yes, please do that. That's all I ask. Now, again, Xbox CEO did, which is Phil Spencer, by the way, did an interview, and I thought it was a very good interview he did with the Washington Post, and basically this was what it had to do. Asked about the workplace complaints faced by Activision Blizzard in a 10-minute interview with the Washington Post Wednesday, Phil Spencer said, "I believe the leaders there believe in the opportunity they have in their plan," noting his confidence the issues will be resolved. In addressing the potential of bringing ununionized workers, he said his company will aim to empower its new employees to do their best work. Now, the games created by Activision Blizzard's developers provide the centerpiece of Microsoft's strategic thinking around the acquisition. The titles are some of the most popular in the world, and those Activision Blizzard properties extend well beyond Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush. In discussing some of the intellectual properties owned under Activision Blizzard, Spencer's excitement may have mirrored an enthusiasm of a StarCraft player noticing the long-dormant franchise's logo in Microsoft's acquisition announcement. He said, "I was looking at the IP list. I mean, let's go," Spencer said. "King Quest, Guitar Hero, I should know this, but I think they got Hexen indeed, an Activision Blizzard property, is a cult hit first-person game about using magic spells. Microsoft's pending acquisition of Activision Blizzard also means owning the rights to many creations from gaming's past, including Crash Bandicoot, the original Sony PlayStation mascot. There's also influential and popular Tony Hawk skateboard series and beloved characters like Spyro the Dragon. Toys for Bob, one of the studios working under Activision Blizzard's banner, successfully launched games like Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, but later got folded into supporting Call of Duty games. Spencer said the Xbox team will talk with the developers about working on a variety of franchises from the Activision Blizzard vaults. He said, "We're hoping that we'll be able to work with them when the deal closes to make sure we have resources to work on franchises that I love from my childhood." And that seems really what they want to get. Spencer said, "I'm looking forward to these conversations. I really think it's about adding resources and increasing capability. The $68.7 billion acquisition is an attempt to showcase Microsoft as distinguished in the global gaming space. Now, first of all, I want to go back to what he was talking about with like Toys for Bob. Crash Bandicoot 4 rivals any of the Crash Bandicoot games in my opinion. It is a fantastic game, absolutely amazing game. I love that game. Now, with that being said, they folded all of their pretty much developers into Call of Duty Studios. One of the things that I feel like Microsoft has a real chance to do is to actually go out there and separate that. You can still have Call of Duty, but maybe not under such a strenuous sort of situation, right? Like you could have games out there that are going to be different than Call of Duty. Like Activision was putting out their least amount of games that they've ever released. And that could be something that changes. We could see Toys for Bob, who did a really good job with that game, and they could actually go out there and, you know, this is something that basically they could empower now. Microsoft could empower that. That's exactly what they could do, and that's exactly what they should do. And I think fans are basically this is something that I think people were kind of starting to realize right now. Now, this is very interesting because the $68 billion acquisition is an attempt to showcase Microsoft as distinguished in the global gaming space, according to Spencer. And the move was made amid tech giants like Apple, Google, Meta, Netflix, and Tencent in China encroaching into the gaming space with various projects and investments. So basically what he's saying is, wouldn't you rather have Microsoft buy this, who's a gaming company and has an Xbox and all this kind of stuff and does stuff on PC, as opposed to Apple or Google or Facebook or Netflix or Tencent in China, right? And he's right. He is 100% right. Spencer said he's concerned about tech companies unfamiliar with the gaming industry barging into the space as opposed to the current experienced competition against Sony and Nintendo. This is what he had to say. They have a long history in video games. Nintendo's not going to do anything that damages gaming in the long run because that's the business they're in. Sony is the same and I trust them. Valve's the same way. When we look at the other big tech competitors from Microsoft, Google has search and Chrome, Amazon has shopping, Facebook has social, all these large-scale consumer businesses. The discussions we've had internally were those things are important to other tech companies for how many consumers and they reach. Gaming can be that for all of us. I think we do have a unique point of view, which is not about how everything has to run on a single device or platform. That's the real turning point for us, looking at gaming as a consumer opportunity that could have similar impact on Microsoft that some of those other scale consumer businesses do for their other big companies. And it's been great to see the support we've had from the company and the board. Spencer has also been key in informing and charting the company's path towards the metaverse, the still theoretical evolution of the internet. The metaverse concept has been explored for decades within the video game industry, but Facebook creator Mark Zuckerberg's vision of a virtual reality-driven metaverse has driven conversation since he announced his company's name change last year to Meta. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella publicly invoked the metaverse before even Zuckerberg did, when he spoke of Microsoft's possible creating role in an enterprise metaverse in May of 2021. Nadella again mentioned the metaverse in the acquisition announcement Tuesday. Spencer cautioned against a workspace-only vision for metaverse. He said, "I've really been advocating internally in the company that gaming will be a catalyst for us, and I can see how of that functionality moving into enterprise scenarios and workplace scenarios can be beneficial. But I don't think anybody should pretend that all this stuff isn't being rewritten. I had a meeting today with the Elder Scrolls Online team, and we did our leadership team meeting in-game. That's as much of a Zoom call as anything else. Activision Blizzard makes World of Warcraft, which has attracted more than 116 million active players who signed up through its Battle.net digital distribution service. The online RPG players are an audience prime for metaverse-like experiences," Spencer believes. "For us as a platform company, we've been doing this with Xbox and Windows for years, is how to ask players seamlessly move between these different worlds, and they can have different identities and different clans and groups, and they can all feel anchored in the overall platform experience." Spencer said that the Activision Blizzard acquisition process began towards the end of 2021, and part of that process included Microsoft absorbing the many reported challenges Activision Blizzard has faced over the past year, including the lawsuits, alleged changes of gender-based discrimination and harassment, as well as effort to unionize the company's workers. He said, "We spent time with the Activision team looking at the incidents, looking at employee polls, and then had a good discussion with them about their plan, both the progress they've been made and what their plan was," Spencer said, adding that during the lengthy regulatory process, Microsoft would have no involvement with Activision's legal woes. He said, "We had to look at the plan going forward, and we had to ensure what we had a confidence in that. Microsoft's employees, like those at most big tech companies, are not unionized." When asked how his company feels about unions, Spencer said, "I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of personal experience with unions. I've been at Microsoft for 33 years, so I'm not going to try to come across as an expert on this, but I'll say we'll be having conversations about what empowers them to do their best work, which, as you can imagine, in the creative industry is the most important thing for us." So the main thing that I kind of want to point out here is it does sound like they've got some really good things going. It does also sound like at the end of the day, having different different consoles, and having Microsoft buy this company as opposed to Tencent or Amazon or whatever is absolutely the thing to do. They were at a weak port. I know a lot of people think that, oh, they're going to buy Ubisoft, they're going to buy this. Listen, they bought Activision at a severely weak point amidst turmoil, and they can end up getting a lot of their old games started putting out again. And that's exciting. If you're a gamer, that should be exciting. With that being said, I would appreciate anything you guys have to say on this. I'm going to link the article. Check it out. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crapgamer out.